All right. Well, thank you everybody for jumping on, taking time out of your evening. I want to welcome everybody to our quarterly Populist Power Hour. The purpose here is to bring everyone up to speed, right? Team rowing in the same direction, updates, and this time around, we will have a special rollout. We're going to be presenting on this call. Super excited. Before we get into it, just a few housekeeping notes. This call is recorded and will be dispersed here in the next couple of days. We're on Teams now, so everybody should have their name displaying. If you have a nickname, if you can edit and put your first name, I'd appreciate it for the drawing at the end. If you can, if possible, please show your video. We'd love to see you. If not, no worries. And of course, as I alluded to a little bit ago, we're going to have a drawing for 3 $50 Visa gift cards toward the end. So please stay on the call. You need to be present with your name displaying in order to qualify. All right. Well, our first segment concerns some of Populist's history. And so this time around, we're going to have Mike Eller, our president, speak a bit on why we decided to move toward running on EOS.
Thanks, Steve.
Absolutely.
So EOS is short for the Entrepreneurial Operating System. And if you've noticed over the last maybe 6 months, maybe a little longer, we've been pushing out more information on EOS. You might see it when you're onboarded. You might see it in emails or text messages here and there. So just give you a little bit of history. John and I became business partners in the early 90s, and we grew the business from the early 90s to the mid 2000s with good success. Then we kind of reached a point where we hit a ceiling, and from about 2010 to about 2015, we had a fair amount of struggles. We would grow one year, and then we would be flat another year, then we would grow, and then we might go backwards for a year. And we were each sitting in a lot of roles: sales, finance, operations management, customer account management, HR, which didn't even exist, and we were just winging it, which is definitely not the thing to do with HR. That presented some interesting moments. We basically took the approach of sell new jobs, do whatever we had to do to make them function well, and make sure people got paid. So those are super important things. They were then, and they still are today. But there were so many other things that we were not doing, and it was because we were at capacity. We simply could not do more ourselves. We had these fits and spurts with trying to hire the right people for different seats, but we were basically just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, which you can do for a while until you can't, and winging it no longer really works. So in 2015, I read this book called Traction by Gino Wickman, and then I studied it, the different elements of it, for about 6 months, spoke to different people, and realized that we needed to try something different, and thought, well, what the heck, let's try this EOS thing, it's worth a shot. The attraction was that EOS provided a framework that our business could function within. A framework that was flexible enough to allow creativity where needed, but also to provide us with discipline and accountability at the same time. It made us look at things in ways that we had not before, such as, I knew that I could sell new jobs. Ruth Ann could design beautiful websites. John could watch the money in the bank and make sure the bills were paid. But we discovered that we needed leaders in certain roles that exceeded our capabilities. I was not good at training cleaners. No one was really good at laying out real plans and action items to move us from point A to point B. None of us knew what the heck was up from down regarding HR. So over the course of the first 2 years in EOS, we worked really hard to identify what kind of company we wanted Populist to be. We established core values that represented us. We determined what services we wanted to provide, and more importantly, what we did not want to provide. We determined what kind of customer we wanted to go after and how to best take care of our employees. We implemented a disciplined approach to identifying gaps and started hiring the right people to fill those gaps. We also implemented a disciplined approach to identifying issues, getting to the root of the issue and solving them with action items each week. There's much more that we've learned over the years with EOS. It's not perfect and we've made mistakes, but I think everyone has been a part of EOS here at Populist and was also here before EOS would confirm that it has helped us a lot and we are a better company because of it. Steve, you've got a couple other slides that you could put up that are pre-EOS growth that compare then to now.
Yep, I got the annual revenue growth.
So this is, if you look at growth in 2016 when we started with EOS, and you can look at the best indicator here is this blue line graph and how we've done as a company since then. And so we're happy about those results. And then there's another graph here, or another set of numbers, I think, that you have here regarding staffing and managers and cleaners and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So this is sort of what's happened since 2016 when we started EOS. Operations managers, we had 3 when we started. We're now up to 8. 5 of those have happened in the last 2 years. Some good additions there. We added a director of operations, Steve Hamill, 2 years ago. We added specific sales role in Danny 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. We added a marketing leader and support 2 years ago and have been building on that support since. HR and finance was added in 2017, and then we separated those roles last year into 2 separate roles because they're 2 full-time positions now. We added a full-time chief operating officer, Ashley, just in the last 6-7 months. So that's been a big boom for us. And field cleaners, our most important people out there on the front line. So we had 81 in 2016, and we have 112 of those currently. And then support staff. So these are area assistants, floaters in the evening and the day. So they cover a lot of different things around for us. We had 4 of them in 2016, and we have 14 of them today. So these are just some quick tidbit stats that kind of demonstrate the success that we've had under EOS. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Steve.
Thanks, Mike. That's awesome. I can attest to that growth has been outstanding, felt all the way through. So I appreciate that. Next, I'd like to take a little time and introduce some of our new managers and shout out to our new field staff. First, since our last Power Hour, we've added 2 area managers. These young ladies have been absolutely fantastic off the bat. First up is Laura Bridgens. If you haven't met her, she is awesome. Absolutely committed 100% from day one. She is over our Monroe, Newport, Dundee, Tecumseh, and here in about a week or so, our Toledo area. So she is awesome. She's definitely in there at night, right, doing what it takes to get the job done. We so appreciate your hard work. The next new area manager we have is Crystal Bryant. Again, from day one, she has been off the rip going, right? She is over our Farmington Hills area up there in Brighton. We've added Arbor Hills and New Hudson. she's holding it down. So she is doing great things. We really appreciate your hard work. Definitely do. And
Thank you.
Hey,
absolutely.
Steve.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Can Laura and Crystal each take a moment to share their experience so far with Populist? Just 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
No
Go ahead,
problem.
Laura.
Oh.
Or Crystal, you go ahead.
Okay, I want to say my experience been great. There's a lot of support. I can't stop saying nothing but good things about Populist. I like it. I don't have nothing bad to say. Everything's great. Meeting the customers, working with the team. So just for better days.
That's awesome. Laura? All right.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. It has been wonderful the last 2 months. I am enjoying myself. I love the support I have, and it's a good team.
Ah, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And at this time, I want to celebrate, since our last Power Hour, we have added 35 brand new quality partner team members. And so let me do a little shout out here. Right. Excellent. At this time, I want to take a few moments and talk about drill into that new growth, as I mentioned here a little bit ago. Over the past 90 days, we have had a tremendous amount of growth, and we have more to come on the horizon. We've added one of our largest accounts to date down in Toledo. We are on the Auburn Hills horizon, along with New Hudson. We are adding buildings, quality partners out and around our Ann Arbor, Saline area. Am I missing any? So we continue to grow, as always, and so that is absolutely fantastic. All right. At this time, I definitely want to take a few minutes and celebrate our anniversaries. Although we recognize all our anniversaries each year, we give a special salute to our 5-year benchmark, right? Our 5-year markers here on the Power Hour with a special shopping spree to show our appreciation. So first up is Tamba Yardonia. Tamba has been a steady, trusted team member for 5 years and consistently shows quality partnering. We appreciate your commitment, your hard work, your individual responsibility, respect, and professionalism. Tamba Populist is honored to present you with our 5-year anniversary award. We'll meet offline to discuss further details, where I hand deliver you that awesome award. Next up is Marley Campbell. Marley also has been a steady, trusted team member for 5 years and consistently shows quality partnering. She has helped move the standard of excellence we here at Populist strive for. Marley is hardworking and diligent in her responsibilities. You have always been there to help in a drop of a dime, and we appreciate it. We are honored to present you with our 5-year award. And of course, we will also meet offline. And we'll shoot you, snap a picture of for you, and definitely put that in our newsletter. Pretty excited about that. Right. Next, just to go over a few of the opportunities we have, some of the additional amenities we have here. First are all the open positions we have, which tie into our referral bonus. So for those who don't know, at the 90-day mark, we offer a referral bonus for anyone you know that might be worthy of calling themselves a quality partner. If they join the team and are in good standing for 90 days, full-time status gets $500 and part-time gets $250. Then at the end of the year, we'll have a contest, and the person with the most referrals wins $1,000. So that is not a lot of money. So definitely spread the word. Excellent. Next up, I wanted to spotlight Nadine. She is amazing. She is one of our professional cleaners out in the Monroe area. She has been with Populist here for around 7 months from the day one we started Monroe, and she just embodies the core values, right? We all know we get something more than a paycheck out of what we do. She embodies that. She's wonderful. And so I've asked her to give us a little bit of information about herself. We call that the employee spotlight. And so here it goes. She has, her time at Populist has been wonderful. Initially, she didn't think she could do it, but she has found that she's doing quite well. As I mentioned, she's been here for 7 months. So that's pretty cool. Her favorite restaurant is Applebee's. Not too bad. They got great appetizer. Her favorite food is Mexican. Her favorite movie is Dirty Dancing. I just watched that last week with the family. That's a great movie. Her favorite vacation spot is Disneyland. The things she likes, I'm sorry, she likes to hang out with her fiance and daughter in her spare time. One of her bucket lists is to someday swim with dolphins. That is awesome. Her favorite Populist core value is commitment. She says, without commitment, you have nothing. You need commitment to be able to get through the day successfully. And as a reminder, our working definition definitely reflects why commitment is her favorite core value. So we think that that we maintain a strong sense of intention, persistence, and determination. And so one thing we may not know about Nadine is that she has a tattoo on her right calf. And so, well, we appreciate that, Nadine. Thank you for getting a little vulnerable and letting us know a little bit more about you. That is definitely really super cool. So at this time, I'd like to open up the floor with any highs and lows that we may be having, or that we may have had, for the last 90 days. Feel free to unmute yourself. And does anybody have any, whether it be personal, something that was amazing that happened? It's hard. We don't see each other every day, right? You kind of show up to the building, show those core values, and go home. So if there's anything that we want to share, any stories, anything personal. I can tell you that my daughter, 7 years old, the youngest gymnastics individual on her team, made it to level 4. She's like the second person, so I'm pretty proud of her. It's a pretty big deal in my house. So, anybody else?
I picked up my kid from Pittsburgh, my youngest kid, and brought him home for the summer.
That's awesome.
I just want to say, as of October, I will be a grandfather for the very first time. So my oldest son is finally bringing my granddaughter into the world, Winter Vincent. So I'm proud of that.
Ah, it's a beautiful name. Congratulations, Will. That's fantastic. On behalf of Beverly, our awesome office manager, and a lot more folks, want to shout out Rebecca for the work she's doing with the supply process, for the customer reordering sheets. She just makes everything easier. She's such a blessing to us. And so thank you for all your hard work and your commitment, Rebecca. We really appreciate you.
The past 90 days, my youngest child, Chloe, graduated from high school. So kudos to her. And then my mom passed at the end of January. We had a great, just a great memorial dinner service for here just about a month ago. So lots happened here in the last 6 months.
Thank you for sharing, Steve. Well, I want to shout out all the area managers. I've been with Populist for a while, and I look, and I got to tell you, you all are the heartbeat that carries over into the field, right? The core values are lived out through, through leadership down to the area managers, right? Coming back up to the field staff. Really appreciate all your hard work. You guys are, wow, tremendous. All right. Excellent. We have a couple of minutes to spare. For our guest that will be sharing our new rollout that we're going to be featuring here in a few minutes. So I please encourage, this is the time to celebrate the victories. This is the time to, shout out.
Steve?
Can I say?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, who should go here? I don't know how this
Go ahead,
works.
John.
I'd just like to say how impressive the growth is, and that growth is the result of every single person on this call. And so this idea of teamwork is so important. And when you have a team like all of you, the growth kind of comes naturally, especially when you have a good sales staff, you have a good marketing staff, you have good cleaners. It's all very inspiring. There are companies right now that are just dying because they can't make it, but we're growing, and those numbers you gave were impressive. And just to everyone, keep up the good work, because you're all responsible for that growth.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John.
Can I say?
Sure.
I'm Tiandra Tolles. I just started working here, and since I've been working here, you all define teamwork. Everyone that I work with, we work as a team, and I'm not used to that because my last job, I tried to work as a team, but it didn't work out that way. So coming here to this new company here, what I've learned is to work together as a team, and it's better that way, to work as a team and to work together. That way we all, help one another as far as that goes. So I'm really enjoying working with you all, and I'm just praying that I continue to work with you all and grow with you all as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Andrew. It is quite amazing that you know, I used to think of it when I would go out to the field every day that you would work, like my job was to show core values on the with the side of cleaning. There's a lot of integrity to what we do, a lot of professionalism. You guys are awesome.
And I want to reiterate what you said, Steve, that it's professionalism. And that's what a lot of jobs don't have, professionalism, to do things in order. Everybody likes to do things out of order, but you all like to do things that are properly in order. So I thank you all for that.
Awesome.
Thank you, Leander. It's good to hear that. Sometimes we don't know whether we're in order. Sometimes we don't know if we're in order or out of order.
I'm sorry, my name is Tara DeTolles. I'm actually under my daughter's name to actually get in here.
Okay.
I had to get in here somehow.
Got it. Whatever works.
Right. But I'm just very awesome to work with a dynamic team. You all are very much a dynamic team. And I'm willing to work with you all.
Thank you.
That's amazing. We have at 7 o'clock, our guest will be logging on. So back to the new growth, it's going to continue to grow. So anybody and everybody who knows folks that are looking for a career, looking to accomplish a goal, right? Please let them know we exist, and it's the best place to work.
Steve, it looks like
Yes.
Jeff has joined us.
Oh, excellent.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Jeff.
I might be a little early. I'm sorry.
No, that is okay. Oh, excellent. So, excellent. I'd like to introduce everybody, our new Squire platform. First, let me turn it over to Mike to get us started.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this is off the cuff because I didn't know I was doing this, but I'll tell you what I know about Squire. Squire is a financial platform where you can do things like budgeting, you can help get your financial picture in order, you can get information on insurance, whether it's car insurance or renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. You can deal with credit issues if you're trying to clean up your credit report a little bit. You're just kind of trying to put yourself in a better spot from your financial sort of homework side of things. And we all have homework to do from a financial perspective. So Squire is part of a bigger network of us building service contractors across the country. I belong to this discussion board where there's about 150 of our type of companies, and Squire networks with all of us or most of us. And so they bring these things to our staff at no cost to our staff. So we really encourage your participation on this. They can help you through these things. They can help track your success through there and make it easier for you. It is all private. So if you are using part of it and you don't want your manager to know what's going on, that's cool. It's between you and Squire. And I'm gonna shut up now and let Jeff take it away.
I'm gonna jump in actually really quick. So to add to what Mike has just said, Populist wants to make life better for all of our partners, and you as employees are our partners. And to that understanding, we value your total wellness and believe you deserve the very best in life. And we're excited to announce we've partnered with Squire to provide you with all of the tools and resources needed to help you achieve financial freedom. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Steve A, and he will introduce Jeff.
Yes, thank you, Ashley. Very excited to introduce Jeff Stasko. He is the SVP of product at Squire, and he has carved out some time to explain further what Squire is and how we'll use it. And before I turn it over, we will be having a contest for some cool Populist apparel, and the only way you'll be able to enter is through it's 2-minute registration into Squire. So, all right, Jeff, you can take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I think that was a fantastic kind of overview and snapshot. So even off the cuff, Mike, I think you did great. And thank you, Ashley, for adding more dimension to that as well. That was fantastic. I'll tell you a little bit in a few minutes about who Squire is and what we do, and then I want to show you the online platform, actually, our website, where you can get all kinds of, take all kinds of courses, whether it's about retirement or budgeting or investing or crisis budgeting, how finances affects families, all that stuff. I'll give you a peek at that. And then, just like Steve said, we're going to take a couple minutes and you'll be able to register right here and now online for your account, your free account, free to you, the account that Populist has provided for you to be able to take advantage of all these resources and these courses and things like that. So that's kind of the roadmap of where we'll go in the next just a few minutes here. So Squire began, kind of right before the pandemic in 2019, and our founder, Daniel Velichki, he came from Croatia as a young man. He's my age now, and as a young man, he came from Croatia and worked really hard to establish himself here. And he became successful in financial services, and he found out that it didn't matter who he talked to, whether he was talking to surgeons or whether he was talking to, the guy that works at the front desk at his building. There are so many gaps in our knowledge of our finances, and there's so many things that we feel like we should have learned and we should know about, and we just don't. And whether that's about the 401k for our retirement, or whether that's about budgeting, or whether that's about our credit score or whatever, like there's a lot of stuff that we feel like we should know about, or somebody should have told us by now. We should have learned about by now. And a lot of people just don't have that knowledge and that confidence. And when you don't know, when you don't know what you don't know, sometimes, you can go in to buy a car and you don't know what to expect because you don't know what your credit score is, or you don't know, what you can afford in your budget and stuff like that. And it can be intimidating, and people get frozen and stressed out, to be honest with you. I mean, it causes a ton of stress. And when you're stressed at home, and you're stressed at work, you're stressed everywhere. So the idea behind Squire is to create this, Daniel was doing classes for a while, like going in different places and doing classes on budgeting and stuff. But the idea is to make it, accessible to everybody everywhere. So that's why this platform was built, and it's online and you can access it at any time with your account that Populist has provided for you. And you can go through these courses on, like I said, everything pretty much financial related. And we're adding content all the time. We just added another course on charitable giving. We've got stuff lined up for real estate investment and for bankruptcy and other things like that you might come across in in your life experience. And maybe it's not you, but maybe it's somebody in your household. Like, we want you to be able to the package that you have covers spouses and partners and adult children as well. So anybody in your household that you feel could benefit from this, feel free to share that registration link with them, and there's seats for them as well. But that's kind of what Squire is, and that's what we're about. Really, we want to help people live in financial confidence and security, and we try to do that in a way that's hopeful and respectful and fun. And I'll show you a little bit of the platform now. Anybody have any questions about Squire before we jump into that platform tour? Sounds like we're good. Okay. Now let me see. Is there a way to? How do I share my screen from Teams? There it is. Share. And okay, I think I got it. Can you guys see that? Can you see? Oh, there it is. That kind of
Yep.
whitish screen with the landscape at the top. Okay, great. So this is the dashboard, and this is what you'll be looking at as you sign up for your account. This is what you'll be looking at when you sign in. This is kind of the home page. And this is where you'll find all the content, all the resources, all that stuff kind of from here. This is kind of the hub. But I just want to kind of walk through a couple things with you first. As I said, like financial issues, and maybe I didn't say this, but I meant to. Financial issues can be very emotional for us. And a lot of times they're tied to, your family of origin and things you learned there and habits that you took from your family of origin. And there are things to sometimes there are mindsets to break or ideas to open up to. And one of the things that we realized is it's important to kind of have your goals in front of you and your purpose and your motivation in front of you all the time. So that's what this Squire Life Resolution is about here. And that's just an exercise. If you'll be prompted to click on that when you log in. That's an exercise that looks like this, and it kind of just walks you through some of the stuff that you're dealing with, and it'll put your resolution right there at the top of the page for you every time you come onto the platform and log in. And again, like Mike said, this isn't something that's shared with your employer at all. This is just your own personal space to kind of set a goal, to set a resolution, and to work toward it, to remind yourself every time you come in here, this is why I'm doing this. And this is just a reminder that this is a benefit to you that was provided by Populist. As you scroll down, you can work on, you can pick up where you left off on different courses. I'm working on this one called You Can't Take It With You, and that's all about end of life issues, wills, power of attorney, stuff like that. And then this is just a section where you can find some news from Squire. We do a quarterly webinar every 3 months or so where you can join live and ask questions. We have a topic that we kind of go over and stuff like that. We just did one a little while ago on vacation budgeting. Daniel did one a little while back on retirement. And then the courses. So we have about 14 courses right now that are available to your group. And they look, on the courses page, if you click on the courses page, it'll look like this. And we suggest, you can start wherever you want, you can dig in wherever you want, but we suggest starting with Money 101. And that's a real good one because it's a nice basic overview of things. Credit to debt and insurance and savings, all of those things are covered in Money 101. And these courses don't take a long time to complete. I would say on average, there's kind of a little bit of homework or action items attached to each of them. But if you do the homework and the action items, you can expect to spend on each course. But if you're just kind of blowing through them, they go much faster than that. But ideally, you want to do those action items because education is only valuable if you're going to do something with it, So with each one, you'll get a certificate. After you complete it, you'll get a certificate, and that'll look like, it'll load here in a second, and you'll be able to see what my certificate from Money 101 looks like. There we go. And yep, that'll say I completed it back on April 12th. But yeah, you'll get a certificate for each one, and you can just kind of print that out if you want to, or share it if you want to, or bring it into the office. Sometimes with contests that we run, it'll help if you bring your certificate into the office. But really, that's the only way. Like Mike said, That's the only way that the staff is going to know whether you personally are in the platform or not. Because a lot of these courses that we have, I'm going to go back to the courses, and some of these are delicate issues like marriage and money, managing a financial crisis. You know, when that bankruptcy one comes out, these are not things that you want to be sharing probably with anybody. So that's why we try to keep that information really secret, really private for you. You don't have to worry about that being shared with anybody at all. But if you want to bring in a certificate as proof of completing a course, you're welcome to do that. So going across the top here, we were at the dashboard, we went to courses, we're going to go to resources next. And resources is just kind of a cool place where you can download a bunch of stuff that can kind of help you on your journey. That exercise that we talked about, the heart map exercise, you can do that as a PDF here. This life journal is a great resource for keeping track of all of your finances and different accounts and different things that you have, details of things that you have in your life. You can download that as a PDF. All of our infographics are here. I think there's like 40 something infographics here that could help you on your financial journey if you're a visual learner like I am. And in addition to that, we've got worksheets. And this core budgeting worksheet, this is actually a spreadsheet that you can download. And if you're into that stuff, like my wife is, she loves keeping track of all that stuff, you can download those. All of those are available for you right there under the resources panel. Moving across the top, the next one is news. And again, this is kind of just a recap of some of the things that are going on across the platform. So, you know, if you were to click on the replay retirement webinar with Daniel, you could watch that webinar right there. It's about a half an hour long. We recorded that back a few months ago. And again, we got another one coming up in September. I think it's September 20th is our third quarter webinar. And we have a poll out for that to find out what topics our members are going to want to hear from on that third quarter topic there. So that's basically it. Other than your profile, you can fill out your profile with, you know, basic information. You can upload. I uploaded an image of Lake Placid. I love being. I'm from upstate New York. You guys are pretty much all in like Southfield, Farmington Hills area, Ypsilanti, Michigan area, right? Am I correct in that? My college roommate was from Ypsilanti. And my brother lives in Southfield right now. And actually, I'm coming out to visit him this weekend. So I'll be in your guys' neck of the woods very shortly. But you know, I love the mountains. I love the Adirondacks here in upstate New York. And so that's why my banner image is that. But you can, you know, personalize this as much as you want. I like that thumbs up. Thank you, Ashley. And yeah, basically that's kind of the platform, and you can keep track of things and, you know, keep track of, one thing I should have showed you, notes. Yeah, let me show you this real quick too, kind of a cool feature. So when you're in a course, you see this little tab down here that says take notes. I took a note on this page that says, here's an example of a note. And when you take a note on any of the courses, so if you're in, so let me just go to credit score right here, and I'll look at the education section of understanding your credit. So if you're in here and you see something that really you want to like bring up to your partner, or if you feel something that you see something you want to take note of and not lose track of, you don't want to, you know, forget where you read it or forget where you saw it, you can take a note right on the page right here. And when you do that, it'll show up right in your right here in your profile under notes. And so for this one, it says, you know, I was in the Money 101 course, and you can print that, you can download that as a Word document, you could trash it if you feel like you don't need it anymore. But that's kind of a cool feature that's also part of the platform. So that's kind of the platform tour in a nutshell. And what I want to do right now, if you've got your phone, or hold on a second, what I'm going to do is copy this link here. I'm going to put this in the chat, but also if you got your phone and you want to scan this, I'll drop this in the chat right now. This is the link to your registration page. So there it is in chat. If you want to link to it right there, if you want to scan that QR code from your phone, you can do that right there. And just like Steve said, this is about just a, you know, barely a 2-minute process that you can use to sign up for your account right here, right now. Again, like Mike said, it's free to you. It's something that Populist has provided because they value you as employees, because they want your life to be better, like Ashley said, in every way, not just while you're on the clock, but when you're at home and when you're in the community, all of that. So I'd encourage you to take a minute to do that right now. And I just want to, in this minute or two, I shared with Steve the other day, I just want to kind of share a little bit of my story and why I'm part of Squire. And as you're filling that out, I'll just let you know that for me, I came on kind of in the very beginning, back in 2019, but I felt like I needed to be part of something that like really made a difference in people's lives with a mission that I could believe in. And, you know, for me, if I roll the clock back further than that, like 15 years ago or so, I remember what my life was like financially back then. I was a newly divorced dad, single dad, 2 little girls, and struggling to make ends meet. My wife had handled all the finances and stuff like that, and I was in this kind of new scenario, new situation where I wasn't. I was just struggling. I was struggling to know what bills to pay when. I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know about a lot of that stuff. And I can remember being at Aldi and I had my girls in line with me and I had $12 worth of groceries on the belt. And I knew for sure that I had $12 in my checking account and I could pay for those groceries. But then when I scanned my card, it was declined. And I looked at my bank account and some kind of easy pass or something like that had hit that I hadn't prepared for. And not only was I didn't have enough money for the groceries, but I was overdrawn and I had like late fees of like $80 in my account. And I was so frustrated and humiliated in that time, even though, you know, we don't want people to be humiliated in those situations. That's how I felt. And I got help. There was a group at my church that was financial counselors, and they helped me out and they taught me things that I needed to learn. And I was able to make different decisions and better decisions. And they helped me put me on the right track. But just their help of compassionately helping me with knowledge was such a huge thing for me. And that's why I want to be part of Squire, because like I said, we want to be hopeful, respectful, and fun in the way that we're able to deliver this content. And hopefully it's a benefit to you. Hopefully it's a benefit to your family. And we just wanted to be, you know, a help to you in your journey in achieving your financial dreams, whether that's financial freedom, whether that's independence, whether that's getting out of debt, whatever it might be. So that's kind of my story in that. And hopefully that also gave you a chance and then a few minutes that we had there to be able to register your account there, and you can go ahead and take a look around. That's all live right now, and you guys should be good to go.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Mike,
I shot you a little note.
Okay.
Can we ask questions?
Sure. I mean, as far as I'm
data
concerned,
is not stored by Populist. Is the data stored anywhere else? Is it sent?
It's not sent anywhere else. There's some data that we store just on our servers, but it doesn't go anywhere else. Populist gets a report kind of like of the overall usage. So they'll know kind of like whether the platform is being utilized or not. They'll know what are the most popular courses. Mike and his team will know. But as far as individual data, that doesn't go anywhere.
Thank you.
We don't even have access to that. That's
right.
What we're
Yep.
making that clear. Yeah.
Yep. Anything else?
Any other questions? Sorry, talk over you, Jeff.
That's okay. No problem.
Well, I too have come decline at the line. It's very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Logged in here, I've started looking around personally, and I'm super excited. I'm like your salesman here. It's been great. Introduced my whole family to it.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Excellent. And Steve, before I finish up, you did tell me about a wing place that you said was really good there. I just want to make sure I don't leave without getting the name of that.
Oh,
wing.
here we go. Wing Fellas. It's
Wing
the one down.
Fellas.
He said he was going to Southfield, and so about
That's
2
right.
miles in. It's great. It's great.
All right.
Wing Snob, Wing Fellas. It's good.
Gotcha. Very good. Excellent. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for letting me be part of this. And, you know, I just wanted to mention, too, that in the platform, from within the platform, if you have any questions, you can just click on, there's like a little messaging feature in the top right up there. You should be able to get in touch with me and my staff if you have any questions from there within the platform, and we'd be happy to help you in any way that we can.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, everybody.
All right, everybody. That was awesome. I'm super excited for this rollout. So now it's time for our drawing for 3 $50 Visa cards. Oh. Right. Hey, good job, Trey.
Hey, Steve, my name's not on there.
Appreciate you.
Who said this? I'm sorry. Who is this? I apologize. Right. All right, congratulations, Octavia.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, did someone say their name wasn't listed on this? Just to make sure. If you're a manager, you're not listed. Who was it? Oh, Will.
Will.
Yes,
I'm never
'cause
on your list.
I'm sorry, Will, we needed your name appearing. I see building 1 and then guest, so I didn't know who that was.
Oh, no, Steve, that's not fair.
Sorry, buddy. All right, DJ. Congratulations.
Shout out to
So in the next few days, early next week, we'll get those delivered, okay? Right.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, excellent. That is all I have for this quarter power hour. Really appreciate everybody showing up. Our next power hour is going to be November 2nd. Go ahead and mark it in your calendars. Super excited about all that. And so, all right, everybody, I appreciate you guys all showing up. I hope you all have a great evening and an even better weekend.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Steve.
Bye, everybody. Thanks
you.
for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you.